Okay, so our intro. This is the hard part.
Me. I just feel so fake being like, welcome to the Long Live podcast. Hi guys, welcome. Oh, we both did it. Well, this is not working out.
me.
Hi.
It's us.
Hi. Hey everybody.
He looks up grinning like a devil.
It's Nat.
It's Becky. Do we have to have an intro?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Long Live podcast. I'm Leanna.
I'm Kaylan.
And today is going to be our 4th episode, and I'm so excited because we're going to be talking about the man.
The Man, which is, what is it, track 4 off of the Lover album? One of my favorite albums.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't know the track list.
I definitely think it's number 4. But not that that matters. Okay, we're going to start from the first verse. I would be complex. I would be cool. They'd say I play the field before I found someone to commit to. And that would be okay for me to do. Every conquest I had made would make me more of a boss to you.
So I want to start off right away. The song starts off like, boom, I would be complex. Like, there is no music lead up. And I felt like it was like, I'm here. I'm in your face. Like, that's how men are, you know? Like, right away, she gets to the point.
That's a really good point. I never thought of that. It's very strong beginning,
yeah,
which is cool. I love the line they'd say I'd play the field before I found someone to commit to, because it's so true. We all know Taylor's been kind of slut-shamed and criticized and judged and made fun of for her dating. And I feel like that's true not just for Taylor, but for a lot of women in general. Like, if I go on a lot of dates, it might not even be that I'm judged, but people might be like, why haven't you found someone yet? When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? But then if a guy does it, it's like, you have time. You have plenty of time.
Exactly. Yeah, I said, like, this, it's funny that we did Slut 2 episodes before this, because I felt like this was, like, a perfect tie-in to Slut, because this line is basically, like, slut-shaming.
And you know what's kind of rude that someone said to me the other day? They were like, it was a guy, and he said, I get why you're more in a rush to, like, date seriously because you have a biological clock ticking and I don't.
I can't believe he said that to your face.
I know. Isn't that rude? But anyway, it just kind of reminds me, like, it's like, oh, women should be settling down, not dating a lot. But
yeah.
Anyway, and that would be okay for me to do. Every conquest I had made would make me more of a boss to you.
Yeah, because, like, men, everything they do is, like, an accomplishment, something that is, like, building them up to be better. But when women do it, it's not the same. I mean, that is the whole theme of the whole song. But I felt like she says this theme in so many different ways throughout the whole song.
Mm-hmm. So I have something negative to say, but I feel ironic saying it because the song is about criticizing women. But it's really not a criticizing women thing. Like, I just have to be honest. The Eras Tour, I love the Eras Tour. Iconic. This is my least favorite part of the whole set. When she does... It's not even that. It's just like... the way she says it, she's like, you're making me feel so powerful. I don't know. Every time I listen to it, it just makes me cringe.
I think it is a little cringy, but I mean, it's a good setup. I feel like it's her. She's a little cringy, and her setup is perfect for the song.
Yeah. I just had to be honest since we're discussing the song. But anyway, okay, pre-chorus. I'd be a fearless leader. I'd be an alpha type. When everyone believes ya, what's that like? So I loved the line, I'd be an alpha type, because I do think, like, Taylor's a boss woman.
Yeah, she is an alpha.
She is, yeah. And because she's a woman, that's considered bad. But if she were doing the same things, even like, and this is a whole other discussion, but people complaining about her pricing on things, I feel like if it was a man,
nobody would care.
Would people be complaining as much? Yeah. Exactly.
No, of course not.
She's an alpha. And then the line, when everyone believes ya, what's that like? I feel like that's kind of inspired probably too by her sexual, what was it? She had like that sexual assault case a long time ago against that guy in the radio world.
Because I feel like the song is about her experiences as well as women. Like, in general, it's like a combined thing. So, yeah. Is the woman ever believed during a sexual assault charges, a sexual assault cases? Everyone's like, is she lying? How do we know she's telling the truth? Why are we questioning the woman in every scenario?
Yeah, definitely. And for anyone who doesn't know, what happened is basically Taylor, I think it was, I want to say like during the Red era, was meeting radio people, as you do. It's part of your job. And the guy grabbed her butt, and there's a photo of it. And he ended up getting fired because of it. And he sued her. And she countersued for $1, and she won. And I remember she was talking in an article where she talked about it, or maybe it was an interview, I don't know. But she was saying how it was just horrible having to go through all of that and prove. Like, there's literally photographic evidence of him doing it. What else? Like, she had to go so hard just to prove. And she did end up winning. But still, like, people automatically believe the man first. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's powerful that she countersued for $1.
I know. And actually, wait, Leanna, I think, was it our show in Tampa where she talked about that? Or wasn't it, something happened? I thought everyone held up $1, or she maybe mentioned it that day that she had won, or I don't remember, but I think it was our show.
Mention it. Yeah, I think I remember it at the concert. She definitely mentioned it, but my memory is so bad from that long ago.
I know. It was so long ago, but such a good show.
I know.
Anyway, anything else from the first verse and pre-chorus?
No. Most of my comments are about the song as a whole that we can touch on at the end.
Okay, cool. Chorus. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again, 'cause if I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man, man. I'd be the man.
The whole time you're reading it, I'm just listening to it, like, as a song in my head.
Yeah. I like that for the chorus, it starts with, I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, and then the beat kind of kicks in, because I always run to this song.
Yeah.
Like, this is definitely a running on the treadmill song.
I think the production is really good in this song, matching with the lyrics.
Definitely.
I saw a lot of people online not like the chorus. They're like, yeah, the song's good, but the chorus kind of sucks. It's kind of like, if I was a man, I'd be the man. Over and over. And it's just like, there's not a lot of, like, juice.
Diversity?
I don't know. It's just like a chorus that repeats, like, when the lyrics are hit harder in the verses.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, I guess Out of the Woods is just literally the same line, but I guess I could hear it. I think something about this song is that it's not as, like, punchy. It's just very straightforward. Like, there's no lyrics that have this, like, major twist that, like, punch you in the gut, but it's just all facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. And I feel like Taylor talks about this all the time, that she's had to reinvent herself. She's had to change genres, change looks, do something cool, do something different. And that's her running. That's her constantly reinventing herself to stay relevant.
Exactly.
And men don't really do that. They just kind of show up.
I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know any male artist that is doing different genres or, like, different vibes of their albums. Like, Drake, he is one of the top male artists, and he is not changing as much as Taylor is.
Yeah. I think Post Malone, like, he does a lot of different genres, but that's really the only one I can think of. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again, because if I was a man, then I'd be the man. It's just, like, reiterating the point that people are criticizing her. They're coming for her. They're talking negatively about her. But if she was an opposite gender, she'd actually... It's not even that she wouldn't be criticized for these things. She would be celebrated and, like, put on a pedestal.
Yeah.
It would actually be opposite.
Sorry. I'm just thinking about how it's incorrect grammar. Because if I was a man... No, when I was reading about this song when it first came out, everyone was like, oh my god, the grammar's incorrect. And now I can't think... Like, when I read it, I can't stop thinking about that it should be if I were a man. But it sounds better if I was a man. It's supposed to be if I were a man. That's the proper grammar. But it just sounds so much better if I was a man. I'm glad it's not proper.
Yeah. That doesn't sound right to me if I were a man. I mean, yeah, I guess that is proper. As if I was a man. I never noticed that.
No.
Thanks for pointing that out.
I didn't until I saw people online saying it, and now that I'm reading it, I can see.
Yeah. Okay. Second verse has my favorite line. They say I'd hustled, put in the work. They wouldn't shake their heads and question how much of this I deserve. What I was wearing, if I was rude, could all be separated from my good ideas and power moves. Okay, it's actually not the second verse. It's the second pre-chorus.
I was going to say, my favorite line is the next, so it's coming next.
It's probably the same one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this is, like, very similar to verse 1. I think that, like, talking about what she was wearing, that's, like, the slut-shaming. Oh, was she asking for it? What was she wearing? She was wearing a short dress, you know. Mm-hmm. But nobody talks about men like that. And then I also think, could all be separated from my good ideas and power moves. I think that men can be terrible people, but their accomplishments are separated from them and still celebrated. They don't care if you're a dick. If you do something great, they're going to award you for it or talk about it highly.
Definitely. And I don't know if I could talk about this on the show or if I want to, but I feel like I know a lot of people who really liked Donald Trump, and when I would bring up character things about him, they would say, oh yeah, I don't like him as a person, but look what he's done as a businessman. Look at this. So I think a lot of people, you're right, like they can separate that with a man, but if it's a girl, it's I don't like her attitude. I don't like her comments. So I don't care if she's a billionaire. I don't care if she's selling out stadiums. She gives me bad vibes.
Yeah, I have a coworker who's like, no, I just don't really like Taylor Swift, so I don't like her music. That's just, it goes hand in hand. They don't even want to listen to her because they don't like her.
Yeah, exactly. That is a really big double standard. And this line, they'd say I'd hustled and put in the work. They wouldn't shake their heads and question how much of it I deserve. Kind of reminds me of, I think she said before about when a man does something, it's something, maybe you know what I'm talking about, but when a woman does it, it's calculated. Mm-hmm. It's smart when a guy does it, but when a woman does it, it's calculated. And I think that reminds me of this line of they would actually see she has put in work. She has been a very smart businesswoman too in her career. And that would be recognized rather than viewed at as a bad thing.
Yeah, I remember the quote you're talking about, and I think it's perfect. Nobody talks about being, like, premeditated. Like, I need to do this. But, of course, everybody, even fans, talking about, like, the Easter eggs, her being a mastermind, even we as fans think that she is calculated. But luckily, as fans, we think it's a good thing.
It is an amazing thing. Okay. And they would toast to me, oh, let the players play. I'd be just like Leo in Saint-Tropez.
I love this line. That's my favorite line. I have mixed feelings about Leo. I do like him. See, like I am separating him from his work and his person. I like him as an actor. I'm not sure how I like him as a personal man and his decision-making skills. But I like him as an actor.
That's okay. So when I first heard this line, I wasn't really thinking that deep into it, but I was like, Taylor shouted out Leo. This is amazing because Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite. Well, I'll say was my favorite actor. Love the movie Titanic. He was always my celebrity crush. I think he's so hot. Love Leo. And it reminded me of when Taylor mentioned Olive Garden in No Body, No Crime, because that's my favorite restaurant. So whenever she makes references of things I love, I'm like, cool. But then obviously after I sat and listened to the song, I'm like, oh, this is a diss to him.
Oh, yeah.
And she's kind of calling him out. It's kind of ballsy.
Yeah. Well, I will say, Kaylan, I think you aged out of getting Leo.
I did. So I missed my time. He only dates below 25, so yeah. I'm a grandma to him now, and it's too late. But I don't really want to date him anyway after more and more info comes out. But you know what's funny too, that I just said ballsy. Why does ballsy have to mean brave?
True. Why do we equate being like a man to balls and being a pussy as a bad thing.
You're right. I can't tell if we sound really silly or if that was like an amazing revelation.
Is that sarcastic? Like, I'm like, did I sound too sarcastic? But I truly mean it.
I was looking up an article because I've seen pictures of Leo in Saint Tropez, and he's with
the boat with the girls,
with all of these girls. They're young, very young girls, way younger than him. But it says this article from Teen Vogue said the line jabs at Leo's famed annual Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation Gala held in Saint Tropez and his habit of vacationing there with his substantially younger girlfriends while still retaining his respected actor status.
See, that's what I'm saying. Even as someone who I think relates to this song, I am still doing the same thing. I am separating him from his poor qualities and his great acting abilities. I mean, I just think maybe we should do this to girls as well. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I'm not like, yay, oh my god, I love Leo. I can respect his work.
That's a good point, because I actually do love Taylor for her music, and that's always been my main thing, but I do love her as a person too. But it's like, why that's something that keeps me loving her, but why don't we do that with men?
Yeah.
Why is it so much easier to separate?
So I wanted to say that the music video may or may not resemble Wolf of Wall Street, which stars Leonardo DiCaprio. And I wanted to know, do you think it's like on purpose because she mentions him in the song, or do you think it's on purpose because that movie in particular is very like men run the world?
You know, I never thought of that. I don't know why I just got chills from that question. I'm so invested. I never thought of that, but it does make me wonder, for her to name drop Leo, there has to be some kind of something happening there. Like maybe one of her friends got screwed by him. I don't know. I feel like that, I don't know. It definitely could be based off the movie too.
I think that, I mean, I'm not digging too deep into it. I think it's just very obvious what he's done. It's in the media. It's something people would understand when she name drops him. They will know.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like I'm always saying controversial things, but this was funny, Leanna. So I'm not the biggest Travis and Taylor fan, but I saw this really funny comment that said Taylor doesn't realize Travis is the guy she played in The Man.
Really? I don't think so.
I need to watch the video.
I watched it this morning. I disagree. I don't think Travis is the man in the video.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut that part out because I don't want everyone coming for me. Why don't you like Travis?
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to go there.
You're not happy for Taylor. Okay.
No, no, there are so many people who agree with you. I see your side. Like, things that you say, I see people saying all the time. I don't think you're going to get hated for it. I just don't think that he's the man in the video.
Okay.
Right? Because the man in the video is like more like cocky and like he knows he's the best. And I don't see that from Travis. Especially because literally when they ask him who they think he thinks is the best, he doesn't say himself, even though his stats could show that.
Okay. I know nothing about football. You literally taught me that Travis and Jason were in the Super Bowl at one point together like last year, and I had no idea. So
it's okay. We could.
If that tells you anything.
We may or may not keep this in. It's okay.
Okay, bridge. What's it like to brag about raking in dollars and getting bitches and models? And it's all good if you're bad, and it's okay if you're mad. If I was out flashing my dollars, I'd be a bitch, not a baller. They'd paint me out to be bad, so it's okay that I'm mad.
I just want you to know I danced that whole time while you were reading. And I don't know if I'm going to want any of that to be shown, but it was funny. I can't. I hear it in my head. I just want to go, you know?
What's it like to write about? Yeah, it's a very catchy bridge. I will say, lyrically, this is just my little critique. I wish that she didn't use the word bitches twice. I just feel like it takes away. I wish she would have said, I'd be a something, not a baller.
Well, I think she did it on purpose. Okay, so like if she was a man, she'd be getting bitches and models.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, she's a bitch, not a baller. Like, it's showing that when you're a guy, like, getting bitches isn't a bad thing. But when you're a girl and you're doing this, being a bitch is a bad thing.
Oh, my mind is blown.
Like, right
that
now,
makes sense.
so she's saying if she flaunts her money, she's a bitch. It's a bad thing. You know? But if she's a guy and she has bitches, it's a good thing. That's why I'm not mad about it.
Oh, I'm not mad about it either now. That's very smart.
Thanks.
So what's it like to what's it like to brag about raking in dollars? Love that, because even now all over the media, Taylor Swift's a billionaire, and I see a lot of criticism of it, which I'm not going to comment on that, but I will say you don't see the same for men.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't see a lot of men billionaires being criticized.
Of course not.
Like that.
And I said, like, they say she's not doing enough with her money, but if she was a man, would they even care what she's doing with her money?
Do people say that about Leo? Well, that's a different thing, because Leo does do a lot for the environment, but still. Anyway.
No, I can't think of someone off the top of my head that is constantly in the media talking about how much money they have and how much they're not doing enough with it.
Mm-hmm. True. And getting bitches and models. So what's it like to brag about that?
She can't
do
that.
I can never imagine a woman being like, oh yeah, and I took home Harry Styles, and we,
Yeah,
I used him and left the next morning.
Imagine Taylor Swift on a boat with a bunch of hot guys. That would break the internet.
Yes, exactly. Younger. Imagine her right now, that picture of Leo on the yacht with all of the young women. Imagine her right now with 20-year-old guys and just her. It would blow up.
Oh, yeah.
It would be crazy. All the old men on Facebook would lose their mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. And it's all good if you're bad, and it's okay if you're mad. So
I like this because I think we're okay with men getting mad. But if a woman gets mad, like, she's crazy.
Yep, absolutely. Like, men being angry is so normal in our society, but a woman even raising her voice, you're called a bitch, you're rude, you're not wife material, you're crazy. That's so true.
I know. I think this bridge really, like, sums up the whole song into, like, a little nice package.
If I was out flashing my dollars, I'd be a bitch, not a baller. Imagine just those scenes of men throwing money. Imagine her doing that again. It would be so highly criticized.
Oh, yeah. I know. This is crazy.
They paint me out to be bad, so it's okay that I'm mad.
Yeah, basically it's like if she did all these things. I don't know
if I get that.
If she did all these things that guys do, like, she'd be a bad person. And now she's angry about thinking about that. It's like I'm allowed to be mad about this because if I was in a woman, people wouldn't care. I wouldn't be a bad person if I was a man doing all these things.
Absolutely. And then repeat chorus again and again and again. I'd be the man. So what general comments did you have on the song?
Wait, I want the outro. If I was a man, I'd be the man. And I tried to be ASMR. Okay, so I have some negative comments. Slightly.
Okay.
Which
again I feel is ironic because she's writing a song about women being criticized and then we're criticizing her, but it's okay. This is our podcast.
The only reason I'm being critical is not my feelings. I read other people's feelings. I wanted to see what people thought about it. And people said, is this performative activism? Is she pretending to be a feminist? And I guess, and the other thing was, this is cringy.
The cringy thing, I guess I feel validated.
But I read online that people of color don't think that this is good, that this is a white feminist point of view, and that she doesn't get it. But I think the concept is there, the thought is there, and I think we're going after her, and if a man did this, we wouldn't be.
Exactly. No, I do get, like, the pushback from people, and it makes sense to me. But at the end of the day, Taylor writes music from her experiences.
That's what I wrote.
And
I wrote that as well. I said,
yeah.
Taylor's writing this about her experiences, but like it's not supposed to be the same for everybody.
I think she could definitely go back and write a much deeper song. I even feel like she did with Mad Woman. Yeah, I think that was a better depiction of what she's trying to say. It cuts deeper. It just had lines that hit more.
Well, this is
overall,
more
I don't love this song.
This is like a very pop song, and Mad Woman isn't as much. I think that I don't know. I think the world isn't going to listen to a song that cuts deeper than this. Literally, the reason she's making the song is the exact same reason people aren't going to like this song.
That's a good point. I like this song on a surface level where I think this song's a good reminder to me sometimes to think and remember that sexism exists, and I'll listen to it and be like, oh wait, I'm upset about this, that people are thinking this, and it's a good reminder, but it's not a deep cut at all.
Yeah.
But maybe she didn't want it to be. I mean, the music video is very, very silly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think she's trying to make it more open to everybody watching, everybody listening, and not just like track fives. Those are songs, they're not singles. Those are songs that the fans really dive deep into and really relate to, and I don't think that's where she was going with this.
Yeah, I think she could, and it would probably take a lot of like education to get more knowledge so that people don't think she's doing performative activism. But I think if she wanted to, she could make a track 5 like this, like go back and revisit this concept, and it would be amazing.
I agree.
Any other final thoughts?
The only thing I said was how this relates to me. I work in a women-dominated field. I don't know if that's because I wanted to work in a women-dominated field, or maybe because I'm behind the scenes, men don't want that, and women are okay being behind the scenes. I also wrote, like, why do guys care about women's body count, how many people they hook up with, when men, who cares? And also, like, how I dress. Nobody cares how a man dresses, but they always care how a woman dresses. I think...
And makeup.
Yeah.
Hair.
I think from the song, like, that's what I get out of this. This is, like, how it relates to me and my life. And when I think of the song, I don't really think too hard about her. And I just think of, like you said, like, this reminds me of the sexism in everyday life.
Yeah. For me, it's two things. The dating world, because I'm in the dating world, and I do feel like it's judged a lot more for me to be single at my age than it is for a guy, and there's a lot more pressure. And the other thing is, I feel like a lot of times as a woman at work and just in life, I have to play nice a lot more. And you have to smile more when you say things, and you have to say things in a calmer manner than a guy who would go in and doesn't have to do all that. They don't have to worry about their facials. They don't have to beat around the bush and like placate to men. They just go in straight, shoot the shot, whatever the saying is,
shoot the shit.
And that's it.
Oh, actually, I don't know if that's...
Shoot the
I don't
shit.
think that's the right word. Shoot the shit's
shit.
like, you know, just like talking, having conversation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever. This is another publicity thing and mayhem.
Oh, gosh.
But I feel like for me, that's one thing I don't like, that women have to be more soft or have to present more soft and sweet to get things done. Like, I remember, oh my gosh, one time, this was years and years and years ago, I was in this job. Long story short, they weren't even paying me minimum wage of what I was told. I went in trying to have a conversation about it, and the boss, who was an older man, started screaming at me, like, saying I was ungrateful, saying I didn't care about the job. And I was like, all I'm asking is for minimum wage. That's it. I told him I'm working another job, whatever. He went off on me. And I remember later, he tried to get me to stay in the job, which was funny because I ended up quitting. But I said, oh, well, I was just a little nervous to come talk to you at first. And he's like, you should have came in the room and like told me right away that you were scared to talk to me and that you were nervous, and then maybe the whole conversation would have went differently.
No, I don't need to.
That just upset me because he wanted me to come in. Yeah, he wanted me to come in. I didn't come in mean. I didn't come in aggressive. I literally came in, hi, are you available? I would love to talk. Just want to talk. I came in like a normal person would, but he wanted me to come with like, what's it? Your tail wagging between your legs.
Yeah, like a
my
battered
head down.
woman.
He wanted me to come in like a sad puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he wanted me to come in. And he said the conversation would have been different. He wouldn't have screamed at me. But again, if I was a man, there is no way he would have expected that. He would have been like, yeah, buddy, sit down, let's talk.
And there's
or
no way he would have been
not
screaming
have
at you either.
at me.
Exactly.
No way. No way, because, I was very young. It was one of my first jobs. But anyway, that reminds me of this song where it really is double standards of how men and women have to act in the workplace.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, should we move on to our favorite segment? Okay, we named the segment, didn't we? Drop everything now. So we can guess the song.
Oh gosh,
Okay, what's the score? It's Leanna 2.
Kaylan
1. I finally got a point.
Yeah, and I'm still not prepared again, so I'm a little nervous.
I really don't listen to a lot of the vault tracks that I don't love. Like 1989 vault tracks, obsessed with. There's some that I really don't listen to a lot, from Speak Now and Fearless. So are you going to go first? You go first.
Yeah, because you started last week, so I'll go first. Okay, ready?
What is it, lyrics or song?
I want to do lyrics.
Okay.
And you would hide away and find your peace of mind.
With some indie record that's much cooler than mine.
I think this might be too easy for us.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All the girls that you've run dry have tired, lifeless eyes. 5.
I'm not going to get it. Wow.
It's Dear John, and it's 'cause you've burned them out.
I need to sing it in my head, and I couldn't sing it properly. I'm upset. I don't like this. This whole segment is messed up. I'm stressed.
Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. I got a point.
I'm not sure it's accurate. No, it's okay. Now we're tied, and we're back to square one.
Yay! Okay, that was fun.
Okay, yay!
Thank you so much for listening to our 4th episode of the Long Live Taylor podcast. We had so much fun going over the man. Please make sure you rate our podcast, follow us, subscribe, follow us on socials at Long Live Taylor Pod. And as always, if you have anything you want us to discuss, anything you want us to know, give us an email at longlivetaylorpod@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening. Bye.